Hello everyone, my name is Niall. This video is going to be discussing 7 reasons to be excited for episode 2 of Life is Strange 2. 1. How will powers play a part? The really big thing I'm looking forward to in episode 2 is how we'll be able to start utilising Daniel's powers. Judging by the sneak preview at the end of episode 1, we're probably going to be helping Daniel learn how to control his powers in this episode. This is obviously the first time in Life is Strange we'll be exploring telekinesis, so it'll be really interesting to see whether they can make it a fun mechanic, something that is useful to the player in lots of situations, and whether they can make it relate to the story of the season in a few neat ways. I'm guessing there'll be a few more puzzles to solve, like with the kidnapping scene of episode 1, which will this time require Daniel's power to get us out of, and of course, he's going to be using it as a toy too. Why wouldn't he? So I wonder what kind of things we're going to be throwing around with our mind. And I wonder whether there'll be consequences for how much we use it, like with the first game. 2. Will Sean and Daniel get into more danger? Surely they're bound to get into more shenanigans very soon, especially if Daniel's going to be learning how to use his new power. And we know with Life is Strange that things tend to get out of hand pretty suddenly. Is there a chance Sean and Daniel will become separated at some point? Leaving Daniel to take on more responsibility, fend for himself. There's even a small possibility we'll get to play as Daniel at some point. This would be in the style of The Last of Us, a game that's been a big inspiration for Life is Strange 2 so far.
You see that? Looks like a clicker.
3. Where's Lila? Where is she? Lila's basically won the Character of the Entire Game award already for a lot of people, so I'm expecting her to play a bigger role at some point soon. She's the kind of fun-loving, kind and witty character we've come to love from Life is Strange games. The fact that developers did a questionnaire recently with a question on players' favourite things about the first episode, and Lila herself was a choice, tells you that they are more than aware of the love for her as well. Will she go on a one-person mission to hunt us down and find us? 4. Chris. Chris is going to be back. Chris Erickson, aka Captain Spirit himself,
I'm Captain Spirit.
will be making a return in the second episode. Any episode with him in it is going to immediately become a lot better, right? I'm really excited to see how he gets involved in the story, to see how his friendship with Daniel forms, because they both deserve a good friend at this point. I'm slightly worried about whether he'll think he has powers himself, and Daniel might play around with that and pretend they're Chris's powers.
I have a superpower. That's so cool!
I definitely don't want him jumping out of a tree when Daniel isn't around, and falling flat on his face, so let's hope they're both careful. 5. Will we find out more about the story from Captain Spirit? For example, Chris's mum, Emily, and the mystery surrounding her death seems like it's being set up as an important part of Life is Strange 2. So will we find out any more clues? We've not heard too much about Sean's mum either, who apparently left her family some time ago, for some unknown reason. Who knows, maybe she was involved in the accident that killed Chris's mum. She could have been the driver in the hit and run, and had to leave suddenly to evade police, just like what Sean and Daniel are doing now. What about the whole situation with Charles? Will that develop any further? And what part will Mrs. Reynolds play in everything? She wanted to help Chris at the end of Captain Spirit, and so how that escalates will be interesting, along with what part she plays in helping Sean and Daniel, and how trustworthy she is to them. I personally think she'll be extremely helpful in opening up her home to them, but then will decide to tell the police of Sean and Daniel's location, for their own good and with their safety in mind. 6. Will Brody still be around? We know we can contact him through his blog, so we can be pretty sure we'll be able to hear from him soon. Will he be involved in the episode? And if so, what kind of advice will he be offering us this time? Don't feed the raccoons?
Pro tip, don't feed the bears.
And will we get another chance at a bro hug sometime soon? 7. What about Mushroom? Mushroom must be protected at all costs. We haven't really faced a huge amount of danger since he's been in the story, and let's face it, it's bound to come at some point. So we need to check up on him and make sure he's okay.
That's a she.
Oh, right.
I'm also excited to see him run around in the snow. I have a feeling that how well you look after Daniel might be reflected in how well Daniel looks after Mushroom. and by the end of a season, if the stakes get higher, it might just reflect whether the shroom lives or dies. So look after them both. Please? So, what are you excited for in the second episode? Do you think the Shroom is a good nickname for Mushroom? Let me know down below. Check out my other Life is Strange videos. Subscribe if you want more Life is Strange content, and I'll see you again soon.